Introduction and disclaimer. This video shows all devices in a non-production environment. The devices, in most cases, are off or are fully unplugged from any external power source in order to clearly show the removal and replacement procedures and other aspects of the devices. The instructions in this video are current as of September 2014. Please consult the product manuals for the latest updates and instructions. Before watching this video, you should have already watched the caveats, disclaimers, and warnings video for required information. Before performing any maintenance, you will need to locate and identify the unit with the failed component. If necessary, have the customer take you to the unit with the failed component. If the work order provides an appliance serial number, verify that the serial number on the work order matches the serial number on the appliance. The serial number is an SYM number that is printed on a label located on the vertical post in the middle of the rear panel of the appliance. All semantic storage shelves are shipped with a protective bezel that should be installed on the front of the devices. These bezels help channel air into the devices and provide some protection from accidental damage. The semantic storage shelf bezels also provide a certain level of intrusion detection by employing a keyed access. The key will restrict access to those individuals that possess the correct key used to unlock and remove the bezel. To remove the bezel, insert the storage shelf key into the lock and rotate the key to right or to the left, depending on the condition of the lock, to release the bezel locking mechanism. You should be able to pull the right-hand side of the bezel out and away from the front of the storage shelf. Place the bezel off, to the side, and out of the way. Now that the bezel has been removed, you can confirm the chassis number of the storage shelf with the number on the work order, if noted there. On a NetBackup 5330 primary storage shelf or an expansion storage shelf, the chassis number is located on a label on the front lower right corner of the shelf. The RAID canisters for the primary storage shelf are located in the center of the rear panel of the storage shelf. These RAID canisters are located between the two power canisters. Locate the failed RAID canister SFP optical module by checking the link LEDs located on the RAID canisters. If a fault is detected, the amber link fault LED is on. You can safely remove the primary storage shelf RAID canister optical modules with power on and the system running. But if you do so, only replace the modules one at a time, disconnecting and reconnecting the fiber channel cables as each optical module is replaced. First, remove the fiber channel cable attached to the faulty optical module. When disconnecting any of the fiber optic cables, depress the clip located on the bottom of the fiber optic cable connector and then pull the connector out of the optical module. Now remove the faulty optical module from the RAID canister. To remove the Fcs Fps, flip up the metal handle on the SFP. Now you can use the handle to pull the SFP straight out from the port. Once the defective optical module is removed, locate the new optical module, remove it from its protective wrapping, and align the module, face up, with the now empty slot in the RAID canister, and slide the module slowly into the receptacle until resistance is felt. By pressing on the front of the module and applying a slight amount of additional pressure, you should both feel and hear the module click into place. Reattach the fiber cable and observe the link LED. The link LED should turn green, indicating that communication between the RAID canister and the 5330 compute node is functioning properly. Locate the storage shelf bezel that was removed. Insert the bezel key and rotate the key either to the right or to the left so that the metal locking tab is positioned vertically. The storage shelf bezel is notched on the left-hand side. This notch is inserted into a metal tab on the left-hand front side of the storage shelf chassis. Once the bezel is inserted into the notch on the chassis, the bezel can be moved into position against the front of the storage shelf and locked into place. You may have to press against the front of the bezel firmly in order to compress the RFI shielding while rotating the key in order to lock the bezel into position. Once you have the bezel in place, check to confirm that you can see the storage shelf status lights through the storage shelf indicator windows on the lower left-hand side of the storage shelf bezel. If the bezel is not aligned correctly, remove and refit the bezel until the indicators clearly show the status of the storage shelf. Remember to return the bezel keys to the customer if you obtain the bezel keys from them. Now that you have completed the replacement of the component, contact the customer and confirm that they are satisfied with the repair. After completing the hardware replacement procedures, Symantec recommends that you do the following. Remove all boxes and shipping containers from the installation area. Recycle materials as much as possible, and return any equipment or tools as needed.